The Gabby Petito case is turning into a three-ring circus with the appearances of John Walsh, who wants it to be known that he's still mad at OJ, and the appearance of Dog the Bounty Hunter, who's still living in the past looking like he's a WWE wrestler. No, that will make him a WCW wrestler. But I feel as if they are intentionally turning this case into a circus and a distraction as well. Blame going everywhere except for where the blame needs to be set. You can say what you want about the Laundries, but what parent is going to turn in their own child? And to look for the Laundries to turn their son in is just stupid. Well, they're holding up the case because they don't want to tell us where their son is. That is so stupid to say. Now you cops act like you so magical where you can find these criminals. Why you can't find this one? Oh, the snitches ain't snitching? You cops are magical. You are idiots. And the people that are following this narrative that they're putting out are idiots as well. Now I'm going to tell you one thing I saw that just really didn't sit well with me. It was a press conference by a family. I have been noticing lately that people are not really upset when one of their loved ones gets killed. I don't understand that. Oh, we just don't want it to happen to no one else. I didn't hear him say, look, I'm angry. I want this guy, Brian Laundrie, caught for murdering my daughter. That's the only thing that's on my mind right now is catching this guy. You don't hear these people saying that, which made me think this is some kind of funny going on right here. Because nobody's really, it's like, well, she's dead, so whatever, and Brian's missing, so whatever. So we're just going to focus on future cases like this. This will make this case kind of unbelievable right about now. When it first happened, okay. But now, all the mistakes and all these things I've been seeing lately, it made me think that this is fake. Now, I really hate to think that they would use a person to do this, but I think that this is starting to be fake. Why would the cops allow Brian Laundrie to just wander off? You already know that Gabby Petito was missing. Got the report. They called it in. You went to the guy's house. They tell you to speak with my lawyer. And from that point, you did not watch the house? This is just too stupid. And the whole while you want to try to blame the Laundries for not turning their son in. Well, they won't cooperate with us. They won't. Why should they cooperate with you? Why didn't you set the proper surveillance around the Laundrie's home? Why didn't you do that? Why didn't you assign a cop to watch that house? Wherever they go, follow them. Why didn't you do that? And now you want to try to play with the public's mind by just dragging this out day after day. You might, like I said, this is just too fake to me. Because they allowed Brian Laundrie to get this big, enormous lead he has on them. And now they're just wandering around. Maybe he's over here. Maybe he's over there. Maybe he's in the forest. Maybe he's in the woods. Maybe there's some campground. Maybe he's on an island. You're scrambling around trying to find this man. No one knows where he is. And he has enough money to elude the authorities. This shutdown going on right now, there's a lot of broke people on this planet. And if offered enough money, they will, yes, commit a crime, harboring a fugitive. You can't get no money from the government. Might as well get them from the criminals, whereas both of them are criminals. Dog the Bounty Hunter, he got upset when the Laundries didn't want to let him in his home. Man, look here. If I looked at my peephole and saw somebody like Dog the bounty hunter standing in front of my door, man, you might get shot. Coming on my property without permission. Then you have this guy, John Walsh, excuse me, Mr. Steve Walsh, not to put you in the same room with this guy, but John Walsh, he wants to blame the Laundrie's attorneys. They're just like that Johnny Cochran guy. And that's all he's on his mind is letting the world know he's still upset with the OJ ruling. And another thing that's strange is that they have not come up with the autopsy report yet. Or it could take weeks. Now, I noticed when other people get killed, it don't take weeks. They have the results in days. Now, all of a sudden, it's going to take weeks. And I noticed when other people get killed or whatever, found dead, they show the body. They plaster the body all over the news outlets. Well, why haven't they showed this body? How do we even know that there is a body? How do we really know this really happened? Haven't seen the body yet. Haven't seen Gabby's body, and now we don't have Brian's body. When I think about this, Brian's family has cash. What about Gabby's family? Why would she stay in a relationship where she's not comfortable? Because them billions, the $1 million will hold you in a bad relationship. No one is saying that. She lived at the Laundrie's home. And if anybody has lived in somebody else's home, hey man, it's just a bad situation. I would not suggest any person to go live in a significant other's family's home. That is not a good idea. Get your own place. Because you're going to take a lot of crap. They are really young, so how long have they been in a relationship? How long have they been knowing each other? Were they high school sweethearts? How did this go? And I've seen some photos that they have floating around saying that this person could be Brian Laundrie. That person could be Brian Laundrie. But are they really looking into it? Because I look at the picture. I look at how the person stands, how their arm hangs, how they hold their head. Some of these pictures look just like Brian Laundrie. Afraid to tell you. And I just really don't feel as if there's really a real concerted effort to catch this guy. If there is a Brian Laundrie, this stuff is so crazy. How they just allowed this man just to walk away. I know too many people that the cops are going to stay at this person's house. They're going to stake out this person's house night and day. You got a report that 2 people left, 1 people come back. 1 person comes back in the missing person's vehicle. The person that comes back is a son of a millionaire. And they're not going to watch this guy. That's that privilege I keep telling people about. They just don't understand it. And when I said the last time, they got mad. Dislike my video because I said that. But the truth always hurts. Especially when it's the other person being exposed. And like I said, this case here is too crazy. I don't see enough emotions from Petito's family. I see too much of a 3-ring circus because now they've added John Walsh and Dog the bounty hunter. And I don't know who's coming next. Maybe some psychic. They're going to try to talk about how the family of Brian is not cooperating. But they're not talking about how the cops dropped the ball. They're not going to talk about that. They're not going to talk about, answer this question. How do y'all figure out which person to take to jail and which person not to? Because there have been many cases like this here where you taking a person to jail. Then why would you take those people to jail and not take this person to jail? I'm wondering, was this the second fight between Gabby and Brian? I mean, all they showed was the scratches on his face, but what about on his body? Because sometimes when women don't feel like doing that, they don't feel like doing it. And they will fight. So did they have a second fight to where he finally killed her? And why the details of the autopsy report? I mean, how was she killed? Was it blunt trauma? Was it asphyxiation? I mean, was she choked to death? Did he beat her up? Did she die from an illness? Well, they say it was murder. Well, if it was murder, why aren't you? Because like, for you to say it's murder, did you look up under a fingernail to see if there was some type of flesh or tissue from a fight when she was scratching his claw and trying to get away? Did you look at that? Did you search for DNA evidence on her body? And why, like I'm saying, why are they playing this game with, we just gonna hold the information. We're not going to say that we're going to charge him with murder. It's just too much stuff that's going on in this case. It just makes me say this is not real. But they're playing a game with the American public that the government say, hey man, y'all gotta do what y'all gotta do to distract the people. They're on our behind too hard. Get them off our backs. So you come up with some murder case. And now everybody's glued to the TV every day to see, they catch him yet? They catch him yet? The people that needs to be caught is the one that's causing all the problems on this planet. There are certain people on this planet that are playing both ends. And these people need to be caught. These people need to be dealt with by the people. Because the people are the ones being affected by everything that's going on right here today. Now they're talking about, well, we're going to make sure this doesn't happen to another. How can you make sure that what happened to Gabby does not happen to another person? What are you going to do? Have a pocket policeman? You're going to sell a pocket policeman? What can you do? There's nothing you can do to prevent this. Stories like this has been happening for years. And of all the different stories, all the information, people still allow themselves to be caught up in situations like this. There's nothing you can do to prevent this. Petito's family getting up talking about, well, we're gonna make sure it happens to no one else. How can you make sure this happens to no one else? What type of information can you provide that people have not already been provided with? What type of analogies can you use that we already don't have? What really needs to be investigated is the White House and what's being done behind the scenes. That's what really needs to be investigated. And all this Gary Patino and all these other cases that they keep bringing up, it's a distraction. Like I said, I'm a person about life. It doesn't matter who the person is that, got killed. I hate to see anybody get killed. But you have many other people that are missing today, been missing. I mean, there's no outrage about other people that have been come up missing. Which is not to downplay what happens to Gabby, but still at the same time, why come all these other people aren't getting this media attention from their loved ones being lost? All these little black girls that are come up missing, been kidnapped. You don't hear nothing about it. Nothing. Now there's this big outrage. Everybody's up in arms about Gary Patino's death. But nobody's up in arms about how the way the police handle this case, since they want to put it out there. And it's idiotic to think that the Laundries will turn their sons in. You're stupid for thinking that. That's just like saying, well, why the cops don't turn in their bad cops? So how do you expect the Laundrie to turn in their son, the ones y'all say is bad? Training starts at home. Maybe if the cops will start turning in bad cops before they commit crimes, not after they commit crimes, well, maybe we can, because you lead by example. If this case is like it is, Brian Laundrie's family just had too much money, and he was an arrogant little punk. He's just an arrogant little punk. You can look at him, and he thinks he can outsmart anyone. That's you can outsmart these dumb cops. And he did not appreciate or value Gabby Petito, not the way she valued him. I mean, you can see that. He's a millionaire, he's a smug punk, and she know who is Gabby? This is a little girlfriend, staying with him. And I tell women all the time, hey, you getting with these guys that got a lot of money, you got to see if the guy really likes you. You just a little tool that he's going to use. And when he gets through with his tools, you can throw them away. He got enough money to buy another tool. And you gonna break your neck trying to show this guy that you'll do anything for me, love him, when that is not, I don't care what you do. He will never love you the way that you want him to love you. It just ain't happening because it's not in him. And the problem with the police department is they see everyone else as criminals except for themselves. They see everyone else as criminals except for themselves. As I said, I know a lot of guys that was in situations like what Brian and Gabby were in. And then when the cops were called, these guys immediately went to the jail. It was no, can we talk about, give us time to cool off, or you go stay over here. The guy went to jail. And yes, these guys I'm talking about are black. I know a guy that was jumped on by his girlfriend, and he went to jail. But, like I was saying, is that they see themselves in people like Brian Laundrie. And he's a little rich kid, so they're looking for some favors. They let him go. You had a 911 call saying the guy was jumping on a lady. But then when the reports come out, oh, we didn't stop him for that. We stopped him for driving erratic. The call didn't come across your radio. Then you see scratches on the guy. She's crying. Hey, that's a problem. And no, we're not going to let y'all travel because the girl already crying, man. It's past the problem now. You should have intervened. But because Brian Laundrie is white and he's he's a rich kid, you let him make it. And then as to put salt to the wound, you put him in a hotel room and make her sleep in the car all night long. Get back to town, looking for Gabby, go to Brian's house, talk to my attorney. And y'all went for it. Didn't even watch time. Well, he said talk to the attorney. Now he's missing. And now you want to sit and run around acting like, oh, it's Laundrie's parents' fault. No, it's your fault. You cops are dumb, and you cops are idiots. And if it had been a black person, we wouldn't be having this discussion right now. But because it's a white person and white privilege, you allowed this situation to happen. That's why we saying, I say reform the police department, not defund it, reform it. Get rid of all these old idiot dumb cops that you have on the force. The ones that are related to you. The ones that you know because of you went to school with his brother or dad or whatever. Get rid of those cops and put some real cops on the force. Now I'm going to make this a race thing. You never see black cops going through situations like this. You never. There's always these white cops. So maybe we should just stop having white cops. I mean, that's how I see it. Because the white cops is always blundering and dropping the balls. Now everyone is glued to the TV waiting for the word of the apprehension of Brian Laundrie when it might not never happen. It may not never ever happen. And now they're mad because they've messed up. They want to come down on Brian Laundrie's parents. Instead of coming down on themselves for allowing this case to unravel. Now you got Gabby's family hollering about some damn tattoos. Never said, we want this guy caught. They never said that. We want justice for Gabby. They don't say that. I hate to tell you people out there, but white supremacy is on its last leg. White supremacy has been put on display right now. And the world is seeing that you people are just idiots. When you make a mistake, you want to put the blame on someone else. You know, when I look at those pictures of Gabby, that boy Brian, he didn't know what to do with that. Gabby looks like a nice lady. He a young punk. He doesn't care about people's feelings. He didn't know what to do with that woman, man. He just know what to do with her. Because he's a rookie and his dad didn't teach him nothing but how to be a arrogant punk. It won't be long before the Laundries are going to file for bankruptcy because they're going to take you guys to the bank. And the Petitos are making sure they don't blame the FBI, but the law enforcement agencies need to be sued as well. So if you're going to take the Laundries to the bank, you might as well take the police department with them.